Hi, listeners. It's Becca and Brooke with the College Admissions Insider podcast. We're here to remind you of Bucknell's application deadlines for this year.
For incoming first-year students, our Early Decision 1 deadline is November 1st. And for Early Decision 2 and Regular Decision applicants, our deadline is January 10th. We can't wait to meet you through your application.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of College Admissions Insider. Today, Brooke and I are here with a Minisode, and we'll be diving in to what to pack.
Everyone knows that the first major decision in the college process is where to enroll. But the second major decision is what is going to live with you in your home away from home. If you're interested in learning about how to choose a residence hall and all the considerations that go into college housing, you can go listen to episode 18 of College Admissions Insider, where the director of housing services at Bucknell breaks it all down. As for what to actually pack to bring to college, most colleges and universities have a list on their website that breaks it all down.
That's absolutely right, Brooke. The university's website should be your first stop before you add anything to your cart. Schools have specific things that they want you to bring and some things that they'd rather you not bring with you to campus. So make sure you head to your school's website to look for a list of what is recommended and what they recommend you leave behind. Keep in mind that colleges and universities might ask that you leave some things home for health and safety reasons. Unapproved pets, for example, appliances, space heaters, sometimes even extension cords can be against university policy. And so to prevent yourself from getting in trouble on your very first day, it's best to stick with the recommended packing list.
Leave those candles at home. So knowing the school's expectations is one piece of the puzzle. Knowing your own expectations for your living space is another. It's easy to be tempted to want to make your space look like something that came straight out of a Pinterest photo or something that you saw on Instagram. Something you can do that can make this process relatively simple is to reduce, reuse, and recycle. Consider secondhand or new-to-you decorations and supplies. Is there something that you already have in your bedroom that you can take with you? Are there things that belong to maybe a friend or an older sibling or someone else you know who has been to college who isn't using that item anymore? There are certain things that, as long as they're in good condition, can always be rehomed. Things like mini fridges, futons, maybe even vases or other containers that you can put pens or other belongings in. Consider checking in with people you know, or even places like Facebook Marketplace, to find items that are both cheaper and more sustainable. A good way to think about it is, what are some things that you might not end up keeping as you move out of your dorm? Maybe you might want to put down the DIY. Perhaps I've been out of college too long and students aren't hand-painting mason jars to match their teal bedspread anymore, but consider if any dorm room project is really worth the return on your investment. That DIY headboard made of Walmart placemats looks cute on TikTok, but are you sure it'll work in your space? Is it something that you'll keep for years to come as you move from dorm to dorm or even into off-campus housing? Or will you toss it out when you move out?
Brooke, you make some really good points about the environmental cost of furnishing your residence hall, but also of the emotional and the time and the energy and the financial cost. I think that's a great tip, that before buying used or secondhand or working with what you already have is a great place to start. So once you have consulted your university's website and cast a vision for what you want your room to look like and to feel like, and already scoped out your house for what you plan to already take with you, next it's time to make a list and to stick to a budget. You don't need to just buy something because other students have it, or to Brooke's point, you saw it in a TikTok video or on Pinterest. Your room is yours, and so it should be a reflection of you and what matters most to you. Keep in mind that when you move in to start your first year, you may return home for breaks over the winter or over holidays. So you don't necessarily need to bring everything all at once. Consider the seasons of where you'll be moving, the weather. Maybe you start the semester with some shorts and you return after the Thanksgiving holiday with a coat or a sweatshirt, or maybe your rain boots. I see over and over again that a lot of students think that they need to have it all when they arrive to their campus on move-in day. But really, I can't state it enough that less is more. You likely don't need as much as you think you do. And if you get here and you've forgotten something, online shopping has made it pretty easy for a lot of students to get those things that they need. Our mailroom sees a lot of action those first few weeks from students who have forgotten things. And often, or hopefully, there's a store nearby that if you need something, your university might even arrange a shuttle during orientation to help students get to those stores to pick up those last-minute items that they may have forgotten when packing.
That's a great reminder, Becca. Don't forget to look up stores in your area so you know the easiest place to get things that you might forget. And speaking of other things you shouldn't forget, more likely than not, you're going to go into living in a residence hall with a roommate. As you're putting together a vision of what you want your space to look like and feel like Becca mentioned, don't forget to factor your roommate into that conversation. What does your roommate want for the space? What things are they planning to bring? Maybe they have an item that you had on your list, but now you don't need to go buy it because they can bring it with them. You want to be specific about what you're bringing and maybe even discuss things that you can split the cost of, things that you might both use for the year. And make sure that you have open and honest conversation about boundaries around items. Maybe you bought a bunch of snacks that you hope will last you for the first semester. You probably don't want your roommate sneaking in there and eating them all up while you're away. So make sure you set healthy boundaries around the different things that you'll be bringing into your room.
This first packing conversation might set the tone for the year ahead. And so really be thoughtful about how you navigate this step with your roommate. Brooke, maybe let's close this episode out with a final tip from each of us. Our college experience has certainly since passed, but we both engage and work with our Bucknell students, and we certainly see the excitement on move-in day when they arrive here this summer.
Yeah, something that I would advise our listeners to do along the lines of setting healthy boundaries around your items, also set expectations with your roommate about the use of the space. Some people really want their room to be an open door where all of their friends gather for maybe movie nights or just casual hangouts, maybe even a dance party here or there. And some other students might really view their room as their space, their place to go and close the door and relax. Shut out all the other noise from the day and focus on studying or napping or having a conversation with a family member or a friend on the phone. And so if you and your roommate are coming from kind of different places in that, you want to make sure that you land on a common ground. Make sure you know how you both will be using the space so that you can minimize conflict in that area.
Absolutely. And for every student, their room should ultimately be a safe space where they can feel comfortable and like their fullest self, especially in that first year at college. I want to remind students, while their room is their safe space, they're not going to meet new people if they stay in their room the entire time. And so perhaps if you are more of a homebody, maybe college is an opportunity to practice getting out there a little bit, whether it's going to a new event on campus or studying in a new coffee shop or spot in the library, spaces where you might engage and meet new people beyond just your floor or just your hall.
That's great advice, Becca. And I hope it's helpful for all of our listeners out there. If you like minisodes like this, feel free to tell us. Send an email to podcast@bucknell.edu.
And don't forget to follow Bucknell on your favorite social media apps. Just look for @BucknellU on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, and TikTok. You can also follow our student-run Instagram account and get a peek inside their residence halls at @IamRayBucknell.
Until next time, keep on reaching for your dreams and your dream school. And happy packing.